variety and the fun factor. You'll see that there's some turns where we banked it a little bit. Instead of having an off camber, we made it slightly on camber in order to carry more speed. So, and also you'll see some trees. Trees are always falling from storms, dead trees and so forth. So I have to cut it with my chainsaw when they fall onto the trail. And yesterday, I just weed whacked various sections of the trail that have grass on it. So you'll see that it looks nice and freshly cut. So yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of blowing the leaves during the fall, weed whacking the grass, using the chainsaw, you know, to cut trees, and you know, keeping up with the grading of the trail. So it's a lot of work, but it's a labor of love, and you know, it's really it's one of my paradise areas that I love to go ride my mountain bike. And here we go. There's my beloved bike. So here, we're at the very top elevation of the trails. And this whole first section that you saw so far, and all this other stuff you're gonna see is what we cut in. So it was all just woods. And it's about 700 feet down over there at the lowest section of the trails. And I'll do this a couple times, going down and then coming back up. So you can keep that in mind. And things look familiar, but yet, you know, you're like, wait a minute, he's doing that the other way, you know, the opposite direction. That's the reason why. Couple bank turns here. Here's another bank turn coming up. I hear some trees that I had to cut down when they fall, but here's an Now, some parts of these trails were always here, like this part. And coming up here, it's the biggest tree I had to cut. As you can see, it fell right across the trail. It took me about 3 hours. Now this section here, we had to put these pallets down because it's wet all year round. So here, I'll show you. There's some kind of underground, I don't know, water stream or whatever, but it's always wet, so it just become a hassle. You know, just getting all muddy, or it would be very slippery. So we put these down. It works out well. All right. So this next section, it's a very steep hill, but it's short. It gives me problems sometimes, depending on my energy. But I can't stand up because I lose traction, so you have to do it sitting down and then just power through it with your legs. And then here, all this section I weed whacked yesterday. So here we go. Yeah, got it. Whew. Oh yeah, this looks much better. There's another bank turn we put in here. Hi.
Hi. I was super hot, so we sat here. Vamos a ir a casa ahora, ¿vale?
Okay.
Yeah. ¿Te vienes con nosotros?
What? I'm gonna go finish my ride.
No, vale, espera un momento. ¿Te vienes con nosotros?
You're gonna go back home?
Sí.
Okay.
Sí.
You okay?
Sí, por eso te digo, acompáñanos. Ven. Lucas, apúntate en el carrito, cariño. Ven.
Okay. I'll see you in a bit.
Vale.
Yeah, it's very hot out. Oh. Here we go. This downhill is fun. I like it. Coming up in the trail. I'm just trying to do a wheelie though, all the way down. I think I got it. Sweet. Here we go. Whoa. All right, so I started my trail ride up there, flying down here, up there, if you remember. Whew. Yeah, I'm out of shape. So anyway, I told you I was going to go in both directions. All right, here we go. Here's another tree I had to cut. Now coming up here on the right, you gotta be very careful. It's a steep drop off. Right down there. All right, now coming up, wow, this tree here, dead as a doornail. So it'll eventually fall, and then I may have to cut it. But anyway, you're gonna see I'm gonna go down here, and there's a section where it's a very abrupt transition from flat to like this. So but it's short, so in order for me to do it, I have to switch my gears all the way from 12th gear to the first gear very, very quickly. And also I have to do it at the right time. Sometimes I make it, sometimes I don't. But you'll see what I mean. Yeah, like a champ, like a boss right there. I made it look easy. Here's another section I had to weed whack. You can see it better this way. Yeah, it gets all overgrown. Yeah, this is a nice healthy tree. You see that tree? It probably got hit by lightning. God damn, I'm out of shape. All right, here comes a shitty climb. Later I'll be doing this downhill. So this is the section I came up earlier, up to that intersection. Now I'm going to go down it. Which is much more enjoyable going down. You can see it's a lot of water here.
it's like this all year round. Here I am. But we don't have to worry about this putting pallets down here because there's plenty of room here where you don't have to go right through the water. So this is the one part where I have to take the road, the campus, in order to connect the trails to make it a loop. All right, now there's a nice, pretty long downhill section. Hang on for the ride. It might get a little sketchy as I take the corners with blazing speed. Yeah, I just weed whacked this yesterday. It makes it so much nicer. Almost. Almost at it. Yeah. Yeah, you can see it's hard for me to pedal up. there's one section there of a rock that messes up my momentum. So anyway, this is a good opportunity to show you this drop off here. Yeah, it's pretty much straight down. That tree and that tree thankfully fell off the trail. I like it when that happens because then there's no work for me. But yeah, you can see how beautiful it is back here. And up there, that's the very top. That's where we were earlier. You can't see it, but it's way up there. Now, here's a bridge I'll show you, gonna cross. It was here before I started adding these trails in. It's a nice beach. Here it is. It's starting to get a little cockeyed or crooked. But it's still functional. I already have a plan that if this thing breaks, I'm just gonna go this way. Yeah, because this stream here is usually like not more full than that. Or not any fuller than that. All right, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this maintenance access road, which has been here. This was, I believe, the original or one of the original entrances to the school, but now it's used primarily as a access road for the overhead electric for BGE, because a lot of these trees, they fall, of course they break the poles and the wires. But anyway, I'm gonna take us back all the way to the very top, and I'm gonna go this way and around. And then we'll talk again when I get to the top. Long shitty ass climb, but this is what's good for the body. Parts of this I weed whacked yesterday as well. It was just getting out of hand. Now you can see here is an old stone bridge. It's very nice. You can see down here, this is the stream that's running all year round. There's water because there's some kind of underground spring up there. And it starts off as a marshland, like a wetland area, where you see the cattails and other aquatic vegetation. All right. Now I've already done this part a couple times each way, so it should look familiar. You can see how out of shape I am. It's also hot and humid. All right. We're almost at the top, but you can see here, down there are the trails at the lowest portion. Whew. This will be our second time going up to the top. The reason I cut in this trail, in addition to the one that goes around this tree, is when I'm coming down, I can go straight, carry my momentum, not even have to pedal, as opposed to if I took this, you know, it kind of throws things off. But this one is good for going uphill. So that's the method to my trailblazing madness. And then here we put a little bit of a bank in the turn for going down. This is an old dead tree that that fell. Well, it was gonna fall, so I went ahead and and cut it down, and then cut it in these sections and used it, you know, just to line the borders of the trail. A little personalization. This little jump here, this is made by one of the kids that live on campus with his parents. Very nice family, a nice kid. He has a mountain bike. I think it's awesome, the interest that he took up with mountain biking. Yeah, his dad is manages the horses. I believe he's the director of the horse program. Yeah, like I said, super nice people. Here we go, my favorite part, downhill. Yeah, banking the turns like that definitely allows me to take more speed, you know, safely. I still have to use my brakes just a little bit on that one. Instead of going left, I'm going to go right. Oh my. All right. Yeah, you can see these red mushrooms. They grow in these whatever brown ones, and there are white ones. My guess is that they're probably safe to eat after boiling them in water, but I'm not gonna take that chance. So anyway, this here is what I just came down, and you can see clearly from here how we, you know, cut it and then slightly banked it, and just that small difference is enough to carry a lot more speed. Over the years, the erosion did fill it in a little bit, but by the time I'm right here, I'm already pretty much now back upright instead of leaning. So it's all good. Yeah, and here's the debris from the trees that I had to cut. And when I can, I, you know, put it along the side of the trail to use it as a marker, a trail marker. Oh wow, look at all the red mushrooms here. God damn, I'm out of shape. So here's another bank turn. It's it serves more of a purpose coming the other way because I have more speed, but it's still nice to have this way. And then here you can see now, you know, quite the effort we did here in cutting this out. And again, over the years, the rain and sediment filled a lot of it in, but it's still at a slight angle. You know, picture the contour of the land if it were to continue. It's totally off camber. Way down there is where we were earlier. I'm gonna go back to the top and then I'll talk to you there. This section here is a lot of rocks. I can't really get rid of them because there's just too many of them. So I just deal with it. It definitely makes it more challenging, not only going up it, but going down it. But my 2016 Intense Uzi mountain bike has 7.5 inches of travel on both the front and rear suspension. So it soaks it up quite nice. Woo. All right. Very quick story is when I first was building these trails, foolishly I thought I could climb up this steep hill when I started off carrying all that speed, you know, just coming up this way, but it's just too steep. I was thinking more of my dirt bike, so that's when I made it go all the way around. And it's actually nicer because it just makes it flow better. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is, this is my favorite part of the entire 30-minute run, is I'm at the highest elevation, and now I'm gonna take you down all the way to the lowest, which is at that wooden bridge down there. And I barely have to pedal. And then, yeah, so hang on for the ride. It's fun. Here we go. Yeah. Wasn't that awesome? So I just came from way up there. another perspective. Now, if I were allowed to ride my dirt bike back here, which obviously I would never do, this hill would be totally game. It'd be a challenge for sure, but anyway, we would figure it out. But I just came down from here, you could see it. I did that the other way earlier. That's the one that's very hard because it's like a flat transition to a pretty good steep grade. But yeah, I came from way up there. And now I'm gonna finish off my run, or ride I should say, you know, on the just to the top of the hill here. You can see this huge tree. BGE cut that, thankfully, when they had to fix the power line. That's why you see all this debris here. Thank you, BGE. That's a great place to work too, by the way. Very, very solid company. BGE and Exelon. I'm listening to Van Halen, 5150, hot summer night. It's a hot summer day. Look at that. That's my rear cassette. That's my all my gears, because there's only one chain ring in the front. So there's pretty much no such thing anymore as a front derailleur. That's old school. When I first got this bike, I immediately took off the rear derailleur, which was 11 speed, and I had this 12 speed Eagle drivetrain installed. And that 12th gear is what they call a granny gear, but it's so helpful on the very steepest climbs, which I use numerous times. Now that click you just heard, that's my dropper post, which is another great feature. Oh. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. GoPro, stop recording.